Hello everyone and welcome here on the 11th video tutorial. My name is Paul and today I will show you how to copy the whole lottery history into your Gene just with a few clicks and transformations. At first we need to download some suitable file which we can use for our purpose because we don't want to do it manually. And unfortunately the official websites of the lotteries doesn't offer any useful files, and in that case the best way will be to search for the file directly in the Google, like we can search for the CSV or Excel file in the best case. So let's write here the Powerball .csv file and see what we will find. We can go here to this page. We can also go here. So there are more links where we can download the file. And I can look there. And for example, this file can be downloaded here. And I can try to other file. And we have here the Powerball, and there is directly that we can download it as the Excel file. So let's download it. Now we got two files, and that's because I'd like to show how to work with these two files because there are some different transformations. And at first I will open the Excel file. And we can see here we have here the whole history, and on the bottom there are the oldest drawings, and here we can see there is the newest one. The second thing we usually have to check is the rules of the lottery, because from past sometimes they are changing the rules. So let's check the lottery history. I would write here rules change, and here for the Powerball we can read then on October 4th 2015 the Powerball format changed again, and here it is from 59 to 69 numbers, and the second is from 35 to 26. So it increased, and here it was reduced. So we can use only the history, which is starting from the 4th October 2015, and this is very important to take in consideration, because if we make the history longer it will cause an error and it will not work, and we will not be able to generate the results. So now I will come back to the Excel file which we have here, and we will search for the change, and we see here it's the October, the 3rd of October 2015. So we can use the numbers from this line. I would mark it that we can distinguish where we can start. So we are starting from the 7th of October 2015. So what I will do at first, I will copy the whole history from the bottom to the latest result. I will copy that by Ctrl C, or I can do it like this, copy, and then I will just select some empty cell, do it the right click, and here use the transpose, and we can see it was transferred from the rows to columns, which is corresponding to the input box in our gene. But we have to do also some other stuff, because in the gene the latest is on the right and the oldest drawing is on the left, so we have to transpose or switch the complete numbers, and there we need to do another transformation, and I will do it in this in the following way. So I will write here the order numbers like 1, 2, because just see, this is the oldest drawing, or newest I would say, sorry for that, and you can compare it, 33, 68, and the second row is number 4, so it corresponds to this newest line, which is from the May of 15, 2019. So I will create here the order numbers, and I have to go to the end of the table, and the table will be quite long, but I am at the end, and with the new rules we have actually 377 columns. Now I need to select the whole table, just have to go back a little bit, and the whole table is selected right now. And what I need to do, I go to the data tab and will do the sort here. And we have the sort dialog box where we click the option, and the first we will sort it from left to right, so that's okay. And then I need to select which row we will use for sorting. So in our case, if we look here, we will sort according to the first row, which corresponds to the row number 3. And now we will sort it from the largest, which is on the right side, to the smallest, which is now on our left side, so it will be switched. So let's do it from the largest to the smallest. Now we click OK, and we see it was switched completely. So we are starting with the oldest drawing day, and at the end we have the newest one, which is starting with number 33. So that's all these transformations we need to prepare before we copy whole history into our gene. And let's keep it prepared. And now I will show you how to work with the CSV file, because it's a little bit different and a little bit more complicated, but in most cases you'll be able to find directly the CSV file. So here I will show how to work with the CSV file. At first, what we need to do, as we see, it's it's just separated by the space or by comma, and we cannot directly copy the numbers from this file directly to the gene. It's actually not suitable, and do it by the handwriting, it will take a lot of time. So the first thing we will do is we will select the complete column where are the the data written, because the column B is empty, as it might confuse you, and we will select the complete column here. And now we should select here, as we have the data tab, the text to columns. I hope it will work. And here we select delimited and just select next, and we can uncheck this one and we will split it. So select the comma, and it almost looks that this is what we want, but still not, because all these numbers will be just only in one cells, but we want to have them in the separate cells, so between them there is a space. So let's click space here, and now we see that we have the numbers, every number is in a single cell. Let's click next, so it looks okay, and we will click finish. And that's all we needed to do. So we have here 5 numbers from the first row and 1 number from the second row. These are not numbers which are drawn, there are some it's like a multiplier, and it's not used in our input box at all. So that's the first thing. The second, we again need to check look for the oldest we can use, as there were changed the rules, and it was October 4th 2015. And I will look here, just have here December, November, October, September, October is the 10th month. I'm just looking where is the marking. I'm in the bad year, sorry for that. So we have here the October. We are starting from the 7th October. So this is the month number 10. Sorry for my delay. Yeah, there is month number 10 and we are starting from the 7th as well. Just let's distinguish it. And here we will do the same transformations. So we will copy again the numbers we need. We copy, then we select some empty cell, we click right click, and again we use transpose, so the rows will be switched to columns. And like we did before, we will do the same transformation that we will reverse the table. So I will write here again 1 2, and if the data file were correct, we should have the same number of drawings. So I think it was 377. Yes, and that's correct. So now we select the complete table again. And we do sorting. Select options, again sort left to right, and then we will sort according to the line number 3. It depends where you put your table, so in our case it's the row number 3, and again we want to sort it from the largest, which is 377, to the smallest, which is the number 1. So from the largest to the smallest, and click OK. And now it was switched. We have here the numbers of the newest drawing day, and here we have the numbers of the latest drawing day. So now the data are prepared for our gene, and we will start the gene actually and copy the history inside. So we can use one of our copies. And we click activation. As we know, we select the language. Skin we can keep. The game in our case will be Powerball. So it's selected. And we just put some parameters. Row the best is 27, column number 2. And here the very important parameters, it should match with the history, and in our case is the number 377. The count of future loads we can put 2, seed whatever you like, seed number 2 whatever you like. Then recuperation, the optimal value is the sum of previous and future loads. So in our case it will be 379. Number of results, I would put 10 in our case. It's up to you actually. Swap will be whatever number you like, swap to also whatever number you like. Now we will generate the input and output boxes. So the parameters and the primary settings is ready. And we see that the input box is just started to be drawn, and it takes some while to draw all these boxes we need for our generation. So I would little bit wait. Maybe I can look to the file. It's really better to wait, because it doesn't allow to open other Excels, or to show them at least, as it's really now occupied with the drawing the output boxes. So let's see what we have here. So the interface was completely printed, and we can see the input box, which is really long right now. It has really these 377 columns, and there can be thousands of columns. So I just used this, as I explained, as the rules were changed, so there are not so many new draws from the last rule change. Now I will open the prepared dataset we have. So we can use the Excel file or the second CSV file. It doesn't matter, and in your case you will have usually only one file. So I will take, for example, this CSV file and will copy just the relevant numbers. Do not copy the numbers we used for the ordering. Make copy, then we jump into the gene, select the first cell in the input box, right click, and only the values put. So you will not destroy the formatting, and you see we have the whole history in our input box without any handwriting. So by this way you can copy the whole history of your favorite or other lotteries you would like to play. The last thing I will do today is I will start it to see how it's running with just a very long history actually. And we can see that the red snake is drawn in the hit graph, and actually it's really quite slow. So maybe I can switch to notes tab, maybe it could be quicker, not really sure. Yeah, you see we have here the first best result, and you can see here already some peaks we have here. So I can switch on some kind of monitoring here, and we see the online monitoring is really quite slow, so the snake is still moving in a slow way. As the first snake will be drawn, then the green line can change as well. If the red snake now will be better than the green line, but it's not, so this red snake is now changing again. So what I will do, I will switch off the monitoring online, and we can see what speed we will reach right here. So I will a little bit wait. So I hope it will be more than 10,000 cycles per second, and we have already 19,000 cycles per second. So I'm going back. You can see we have here the speed, and there are some first results. So let's check the best first result is number 4. It's still not so strong as the genius running just a few seconds or minutes. You can see we have here some percentage, 8.3. I will do one thing, just I will end it and click the compare, just to show how the wave looks like directly in the best result. So there is the best result number 4, and we can see how much matches we just got, and we see it's not so strong until now, but as we are using the very long history of the lottery, we can observe here some patterns, and most important or most interesting will be the repeated patterns. So then we can use one of the results where we see the repeated pattern for our ticket, where we can finally select the numbers from the F column, like this one. If we see the pattern is really good, that we have a chance to have a lot of hits in our upcoming drawing day. So I am at the end, and that's all for today. Please subscribe to the YouTube channel and click the bell to be notified about new upcoming video tutorials. Provide your feedback, comments, and I'll be glad for every like I will get from you. Join us on the Facebook page, groups, follow the links in the description, stay tuned, and see you next time on the 12th video tutorial, where I will describe the seeds and swaps in details. Thank you for watching and have a nice day.